you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Xion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit, and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Xion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational. It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renus Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renus Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renus Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, Then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Hevrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar is all. Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man, is it too much to ask for Hevrek 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell. and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Heverick 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me. To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will, well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember saying anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already.
Are you sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Heverick 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the blazing sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma, but it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything
Listen,
that we've...
The Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world, Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrek 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the Hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
we can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate, ever. Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Ignore it! I can carve through armor! Time to shine! Elusive deity! Can't get out of this!
The enemy wields Arc too.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Can you take it?
I'm ready!
In an instant!
Impact claw!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed wall.
Here! Where are you going?
Freaking does it!
You're mine!
Aw, too shy to come over? Here, let me help!
Here I come! It's too much!
Force of regeneration!
Take this! Pierce through!
Hurricane Strike!
Try harder! Not a chance! Here I come! Strike!
This one's mine!
Here you go again! You're mine!
Hurricane Strike! Going in!
Take this! Rip and tear! Inferno roll now!
Look out!
This one's all mine! Not today! My turn! In an instant!
Impact claw!
My turn!
I'm not done! I can carve through armor!
Now it's let me!
In a bind?
Here I come!
I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to action. Shine.
Not a
Radiant
chance!
light. Full power regeneration.
Here I come!
Regenerate.
Alphen,
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danan slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
I'm not done!
Where are you going? Tidal Blade! These ones can run rings around us!
Burn! Sonic Thrust! Brendan, pierce through! Here I come! I'm not done!
Tidal Blade!
Thrust! Cutting through! Sonic Thrust!
Let's keep up the pressure!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis!
Not a chance! Damn it! It's too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up! Pierce through!
Inferno Crossing!
Destruction! Sonic
Freaking
Thrust!
does it! That is demon piercing roar! Beast assault! I'll smash you! Ready to go! In a bind?
Okay, here I go!
Switch off!
I'm not done!
Tear you apart! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! This one's not getting started! Denied!
You're finished!
Step back! This one's all law!
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate. This one's mine. These things really get on my nerves.
Take this!
Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
What's this?
Get behind me. Don't mind if I do.
Ignite!
Make it right.
Are they called?
Hey! Blow them away! How's that?
Reinforcements?
Acceptable.
I'm not done! You're finished!
Beast assault.
Sonic Thrust!
Piercing roar!
Sonic Thrust!
Masterful blast! Pieces! Attack time! First!
Strike! Sonic Thrust! It's over! Pierce through!
Hurricane
Sonic Thrust!
I'm ready! Hurricane!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis.
Not a chance!
Talon Hurricane!
Lunar Block!
Breath of life!
Hurricane!
Heal my wearied
Florida!
companion!
It's over!
Dance!
Where are you going?
It's time!
Here I come!
Dragon
It's
Shell!
time! Rising
Hurricane
Rising
Phoenix!
Phoenix!
Beast assault! Solo dance!
Hold on to your arts. Here I come.
Take this! I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it.
Action to action!
Not
Radiant
again!
light!
Oh, no,
Regeneration!
Sonic Thrust!
Flaming meteor!
Pierce through!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
I owe you one.
Eat this! Coming deep!
Thanks. Pierce through! Destruction!
I can carve through armor!
Take this!
This one's mine.
Strike! Sonic Thrust!
Do it!
Not a chance, more! You're finished!
On your knees!
Sonic Thrust! Take this!
Swallow
I'm
dance!
not done!
Take Bolero!
Pierce through! Destruction!
I'm on it! Ready to go! Hurricane! Florida!
I'm not done! The flame inside me yearns to be more!
This one's mine.
You're mine! I'm not done! Destruction!
I'll grind you into dust!
Burn!
I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it.
Action to action!
Like more? Strike! Sonic Thrust! You're finished!
No further!
Hurricane Strike. That'll bring you down. Beast assault.
This was all mine!
Hurricane Strike.
Breath of life! Heal my weary companion!
Destruction! Burn!
Cure!
Hurricane Strike.
Pierce through!
Dragon Shot!
Pierce through!
Hurricane Strike.
I'm not done!
This one's mine.
I'm not done!
You are the epitome of
carve
raw
through
mental
armor.
brains.
Thank you. It's mostly a
Make it rain!
Light burst force!
Radiant Genesis!
Mine more!
Eat this!
We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because Law's on it.
Pierce through! First strike!
I'll tear you apart!
Through escape!
Arc Seal!
Shouldn't have messed with me.
Resonate with me! I'm not done! Burn it!
Bronze and red!
Sonic thrust! Awaken and more! Take this! I'm not
All
done!
healed!
Pierce through! Crush!
Look sharp!
I'm not done! Destruction!
Talon Storm!
It's over! Pierce through!
Take
Sonic thrust!
Armor won't save you.
Crescent Moon! This one's
deity.
mine!
Confiscated!
Dagger Blade!
No further! Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! On more! I'm on it!
Hurricane Strike!
Lunar Rondo!
This one's mine!
I'm ready! Look out!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Like more? You're mine! My blade! Lunar Rondo!
This one's mine!
Thought you were going to wreck them.
You're mine! I'm not nearly finished yet!
Then I'll provide assistance however I can.
More? On your knees! Take this!
Down!
You're off! Do it! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together!
Finally timed wall.
Far enough!
Okay, here I go!
Swallow can.
Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Sonic lightning! Here I come! I'm not done!
Armor won't save you.
This one's mine!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Can't get out of this. All good things
Pierce
come
through!
to an end.
Sonic thrust!
Everlasting.
Pierce through!
I'm on it.
Sonic thrust!
With blackened blade.
Burn in hell! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
I'll tear you apart.
You're mine!
Make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Dracula!
Finish!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You're finished!
Benediction.
Hurricane Strike!
Sonic thrust!
That's it!
Pierce!
Let the marksman handle this!
Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Crescent Moon! Don't leave!
All yours, Kisara.
Now! Take this! Strike!
Make it dead!
Sonic thrust!
I'm on a roll now. I can carve through
Bloody house!
Can't get out of this.
Going in! Far enough!
I'm on! Flame inside me! Yours can be let free!
Make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Dracula!
I've still got a ways to go!
Even in such a harsh environment as this. There are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zeugles somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true, and if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get there even faster if we simply jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious when you say that.
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquin. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
Mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone? While others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrecht 35 about it sometime.
Seriously? Is this a joke? Going in. There's a shot.
No escape! Not today! Here I go!
On guard. That's it. Make it.
Oh, now
Here
it's
goes.
ripping you apart!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone. Wow. Look what I just found.
Discourteous, aren't you?
You're mine!
I'm not done.
Don't mind if I do.
No one gets by me. Far enough.
I'm ready.
Smash you.
No further!
This one's getting
mine.
stuck. Shield and make. Super Make it red.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Did it!
Yeah. Nice technique.
Eat dirt!
How about this? Make it red.
Don't leave! Blow them away!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way! The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You mu- must really like it, Alphen.
It's on!
Take this!
I'll tear you apart!
You're mine! Take this! It can hide itself? Amazing!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
Hurricane Super Solo Dish. Talon Hurricane.
Take this!
Where's the shot? Blizzard Blow.
Take this!
I can carve through you, my
Here
weary
goes.
companion!
Don't mind if I do.
No chance.
Now! You're mine!
Leave the charge.
No
Talon
escape!
Hurricane. Denied.
It's over!
Not like this!
Forgive me! Yours
My
to be
fault.
let free!
Eagle Ray! Here we go again!
Let the marksman
Beyond!
handle this.
Imbue this vanquished soul with
This
life!
one's mine.
Now I'm in the resuscitation! I hope this thing's medically approved! Heal my weary
This one's mine.
Sonic thrust!
Is that a healing art? It is.
You're mine!
Can't ignore your pain. I'll try to be more careful.
Rip and tear! Now I'm in the groove!
Try this!
I got you.
Rending flash!
Take this!
You could use a hand. On guard. That's
I
it.
healed myself.
I'll tear you apart!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolition.
Shine!
Hurricane
Radiant
strike!
light!
You're
Generate the regeneration! Attack time! Regenerate!
Flaming Meteor.
Here goes.
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
Guess I had to use it sometime.
These fists have
You
got
paid
your
for
name
that.
on them!
It's too much! No escape! Burn it hell!
Inspiration.
Pierce through!
Time for the
Blizzard Blow.
No! Can't end here!
Body
Let
feels.
the marksman handle this.
Hey, you need someone to take a look over you?
Sure, just be thorough.
Astral Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Inspiration!
Thanks!
The Tempest engulfs you!
Ready!
Breath of Life! Heal my wearied
Armor
companion!
won't save you!
Can't get out of this!
Don't mind if I do!
Take this!
Talent Storm!
Breath of Life! Heal my wearied companion!
Time for one more. I hope this thing is medically approved.
Resonate with the
Storm!
Stalagmite!
I'm ready!
Hurricane!
This one's mine!
Burn in hell!
Heal! Eagle
Watch
Shark!
it! Trending soil!
Awaken and wreak
I'm not
havoc!
done!
Masterful snap! On your... I couldn't make it in time.
Their arts were interrupted. Look sharp!
From beyond,
I have
imbue
no
this
limits!
vanquished soul with life!
You're mine!
Blizzard blow!
I've used too much. Prepare to be sealed! In a bind?
Denied!
I've healed myself.
I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us? I don't have much left.
No escape!
I'm ready to go.
It's over! Take the flame inside you!
I'm on it!
Addiction.
Hurricane!
Eat your...
Heal! I can carve through armor!
I never miss!
I got you!
Confiscating!
It's over!
Watch this!
Hurricane, make it rain!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Sword and shield!
A classic combination.
No backing down!
I'm not...
Talent Hurricane! Air pressure!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Talent Hurricane!
Take this!
The picture of health!
Here I come!
Ready to go. You made me angry. That was bad.
I'm not done!
You're
It's over!
far enough.
In a bind? That's
Take this!
How about this?
It's on!
Flaming
It's
meteor.
over! Eat this!
Elusive deity!
Piercing this. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher. Yohelim.
all yours, Kisara!
Ah! We did it.
Magnificently done.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
That firepower of yours is really something.
I could say the same.
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Here I come!
Here goes!
Hurricane Flight! Smash you!
Pierce through!
Don't mind if I do.
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Now I'm in
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Line free! What do you think? Sit still!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Make it rain!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! And
Let's keep up the pace!
I'll face you! Even tonight is yours to be let free! Tornado drive! Not today!
Hurricane strike!
Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Here I come!
oh! Now I'm real mad!
Look shot! It's over!
Swallow dance!
Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Hurricane strike!
Sonic thrust!
Elusive deity!
Pierce through!
Dragon Scale! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
This one's mine!
Take this!
I'll face you!
I can carve through armor! Eat this!
Make it rain!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Hold on to your arc.
Resonate with the
Here I come.
No further!
Hurricane strike!
This one's mine! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Okay, here I go!
Mine!
Burn in hell!
Hurricane strike! That'll bring you down!
I think I'll pass on the handshake.
Begin! Thrust! No further!
Inferno crossing! I'm on a roll
Denied! Eagle assault!
Sonic begin! Here I come! Take
shot.
this! Shine! Radiant light! Pierce through!
Regenerate!
Regenerate!
Their arcs were interrupted!
You're finished!
Smash you!
Lordship? And will you lay down your life for your
Well, I mean, hey, let's not be hasty.
Shine! Radiant light! You're regenerate!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm not done!
Lightning meteor!
Sonic thrust!
Whirlwind snap! In a bind?
The power of
Super swallow
You're
dance!
mine!
Eagle ray! Alright,
Let me hear!
can you take it?
Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Hurricane
Heal my
Easter!
weary companion!
Going in!
No escape!
I never miss! Don't mind if I do!
I'm on you! Inspiration!
Pierce through!
charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it. I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolition!
Shine! Radiant light!
Ready to go!
No escape!
Fired up!
Take this! Ignite!
Shield
No
and
further!
Mage!
Sonic
Igneous Discharge!
thrust!
Ground and Pound!
Thank you!
Pierce through!
Oh, now you're talking!
Time to shine!
Nearly done for. Not a chance!
Hurricane make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Everyone's still in one piece?
Carve through? You're finished!
Not on my watch!
You're mine!
I'm ready!
Finish you here now! Can't get out of this! Blow away!
Crescent
It's
moon!
on! You're mine! You picked the wrong
Tiger
fight!
blade! Dragon snow! Inferno crossing!
Allow me to help you!
This one's mine!
Strike! You should have messed with me! Can you take it? Take this!
Ready to go!
Rending you apart! Bloody hell!
Denied!
You're finished! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this! I'll run you through! Can you take it? Piercing blind you with a shot! Take this! First strike! You escape! Now in the groove! Elusive
I don't feel so hot.
Now
You
you're
should sit this one out.
And miss all the fun. No way.
Take this! Piercing blind! Take this! Can't get out of this! This one's all now mine. You see what I can... I'll finish you here and now! Benediction.
Ready!
Talon storm!
Piercing roar!
Burn it hell!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika!
Breath of
Hurricane
life! Heal my weary
This
companion!
one!
Shine down!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Where are you going? Not in your dreams!
Eat this!
Hurricane Flight!
You're mine! Elusive deity! You're mine! Pierce shine! Radiant light! Inferno punch! Rending blast!
Denied!
Heal my weary companion! No further! I'm not done!
I'm hurt bad.
Sonic thrust!
Right up the door.
Take this! Elusive deity!
Let me out.
Tornado drop! You're mine! I'm not done!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika! Hurricane
You're
Flight!
mine!
Beast of all!
Here I come!
Anything in armor is all Hurricane Flight!
You picked the wrong fight! Pierce through!
I'm on a roll now!
Pierce through! Sonic thrust!
Tiger
Pierce
blade!
through! Sonic
Inferno
thrust!
crossing!
Pierce through!
I'm gone!
Here I come!
Inferno
Pierce through! Resonate with the
Dirt
earth!
all day! The picture of hell! Where are you going?
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Ready to go!
Too much!
This one's mine!
I couldn't make it in time.
Do it!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Wow. Look what I just found. This'll make us even more formidable.
the landing. We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
It's over! Cure! I owe you one.
Opted for an intricately crafted weapon as usual.
It is beautiful in both function.
No backing down!
Take this! On your knees. I'm not done! Ignite!
Glacial power! This one's mine! Inferno!
Take this!
Going in!
I'm not done!
Inferno!
All yours, Kisara!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky. Opponent like this should be easy. I'm not done! Cut through!
Reflect. They smite with carve through armor!
This one's mine! Confiscated! Talon Hurricane!
Execution!
Hey, when did I get so
No further!
Sonic thrust! All mine!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Ridwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
I'm ready! Jump!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Benediction light.
Hurricane!
Heal! That's fun. That extra training paid off.
decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me. I'll do my best!
Not today!
Denied!
Time to cross blades!
I owe you one back. Much obliged.
It's over! I can carve
Tell me
through
what
armor! Sonic thrust!
Shield and mace! Hurricane!
Prepare to be
Going roll now!
It's over!
Lost my focus!
I'll stop it!
Should have meant
Thanks,
me!
Kisara.
Force of regeneration!
Shield and mace!
Sonic thrust!
Regenerate!
Through!
Clearing your deck, Dohani. And tonight's meal is on you.
You got it!
Don't mind if I do. If it's in the sky, it's mine.
It doesn't!
Benediction light.
Ignite!
Come on a roll now!
You're mine!
Inferno punch!
Sonic thrust!
Blaze of fire! I'm on it! Inferno
President Blast!
punch!
It's over!
Lost my focus!
Sonic
Hurricane
thrust!
punch!
You're mine! Crunch!
Can't get out of this!
You're mine!
I can do this all day! Ready and wait!
Sonic thrust!
I can carve through armor! Here! Let nothing get you!
You're not done!
Far enough! Talon
It's over!
Hurricane!
Pierce through!
Now I'm in the groove! Can you take it? Here!
Rising River!
Heal my weary companion. Another incantation ruined.
Hitting pile driver!
No further.
Stop!
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Eat this!
Not
Go
today!
and feel it! Appreciate the help! Swallow
Pierce
this!
through!
Now I'm in the groove!
Take this!
Hurricane punch!
Where are you going?
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolition!
Confiscate!
You're mine!
Shield and mace! I'll smash you!
Sonic thrust! Pierce through! First strike!
Tear you apart!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
I've been doing really great lately.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Crunch! Pierce through!
Flaming Meteor! Inferno Crossing!
Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Super Swallow
Sonic
Dash!
thrust!
Make it rain! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! Thanks for the cover, Kisara.
You weren't too shabby yourself. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Eat this!
I'm gone!
through!
Talon Hurricane!
Thrust!
Far enough!
Pierce through!
Eagle Dash!
Sonic thrust!
Do it!
In an instant! Impact thrust! This could be useful.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Smash you!
It's over!
Hurricane Strike!
Suffer in silence. Don't suffer in
Pierce
silence.
through! Sonic thrust!
No further.
Pierce through!
Hurricane Strike!
Sonic thrust!
Beast Turtle!
Sonic, come on! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Guess we don't know our own strength.
You could say that again! That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Discourteous.
Take this! Dragon Show! It's over! Here I come! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! My turn!
2 heads? That's not even fair!
You're done! Sonic Blast! Here I come!
Flaming meteor!
Splendid Flash!
He's it!
It's over!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa! Look sharp!
You're mine!
Denied!
I'll smash you! Now I'll get it through!
No further!
Hurricane Blast! Going
You're
in!
mine!
I'll finish you here and now!
Hold on to your arms! Here I come!
weary companion.
Take this!
Felt fine not too long ago.
Take this!
Here, let me help!
In pain. Take this!
Hurricane
Take it!
Inferno Punch! Look sharp!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Super Swallow Dance!
Pierce through!
Piercing roar!
No escape! Pierce through!
Being interrupted.
You're finished! Take this!
Shattering pieces!
What the hell is going on?
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Now I'm in the groove!
You're mine! No escape!
Talon Hurricane!
You're mine!
Burn!
To the fray. This has
Talon Hurricane! Inferno Crossing! Inferno Punch!
You're mine!
Swallow Dance!
You're finished!
Dragon Shout! Inferno Punch!
You're mine!
Leave the torch! Denied!
The earth throbs in pain.
Aw, 2 shots!
You're mine!
Tectonic here! Let me help!
No.
Soaring I won't give in!
Twitch, come through!
Eagle Ray!
You're mine! Sonic Thrust!
Crescent move!
Here I come!
Talon Hurricane!
Thrust! Take this!
Hurricane
Burn in hell!
Laser blast!
I'll smash you!
Dance on the wing.
Where are you going?
Pierce through!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa! Inferno Crossing!
No further.
No escape!
Going in!
Talon Storm!
This one's mine!
Everlasting dark.
Sonic Thrust!
Maybe tap it! Now my clothes are ruined.
Pierce through!
I'm ready!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Hey, I'm pretty lucky. Hey, new equipment!
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
You're finished!
Resonate with the earth.
Flaming meteor!
Try harder!
Leave the charging me!
escape!
Denied!
You're finished!
Bloody
Switch to ice
This
blast!
one's all mine! Ignite!
Flaming
Sonic
meteor!
thrust! Here I come! I'm on it! Pierce through!
Hurricane blade! Attack time!
Never see what I can
Too
do.
fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Swallow!
I'm not done!
Here!
You're finished!
Primed and ready!
Radiant
Shield
blood.
Hurricane!
Heal my weary companion.
Confiscated!
What is this? Hey, you okay?
I can
In a
still
bind?
do this!
Round and power! Dragon shout! Idiot! Discharge!
Everlasting
Here I come!
all good things
It's
come to
over!
an end.
Hurricane Shine! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolition!
Benediction light.
You're mine! The flame inside me yearns to be
Here
let
goes
free!
Hurricane! Black Salt!
You're mine!
Inferno Flaming Meteor!
Pierce through!
Inferno! Leave the shore in green! Super Swallow Dead! Talon Storm!
You're mine!
Catapult.
Front!
Far enough!
I can carve through. Now I'm in a bind.
Hurricane Flight!
Blow away! Front!
Going in! Fire Blow!
You're finished! You're mine! Struck!
Oh, now I'm real mad.
Light up the dark!
Here I come!
Primed and ready!
Radiant light.
Burn!
Force of
Dive in.
regeneration.
Look sharp!
Regeneration.
Blast!
Don't
It's
suffer
over!
with the wood.
Hurricane Reveal!
Mine. Don't mind if I do.
Eagle Fly!
Burn!
Now!
Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Hurricane! My head's spinning just one time! Flaming Meteor!
In a bind.
Crescent Moon!
Pierce through!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
Hurricane! Now!
Anything in armor is all mine. Rending you apart.
You're mine!
Hurricane! Hurricane!
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
Discourteous, aren't you?
Coming!
You're mine! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Talon Storm! An outstanding...
I'm not done! Sonic!
Careful. It has some kind of camouflage.
I'm ready to go!
Their arts were interrupted.
Now I'm in the groove!
Hold on to your heart. Here I come.
They got me flanked!
It's in your hands now.
Feel pit!
I'll take you all on.
Ha! Flare Demolisher! Crescent Moon! Super Swallow Death! Tiger Blade! Roaring Hurricane!
Rending blast!
Blizzard blow! Inspiration! Armor won't save you!
Reflect on thy
Here goes! Inspiration! Heal with this all day!
My turn! I've been hit with something!
So even a masochist has his limits.
I'm ready!
Frozen?
Hammer!
Not a chance! This one's all mine!
Denied!
Not today!
No odds of being interrupted.
Take this! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Talon hurricane!
I'm not done! Pierce through! Sonic thrust!
I'm ready to regenerate! Thanks, Xion. Talon hurricane! Negative punch!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Inspiration down! Look shot!
Take this!
Radiant rare! Now you see what I can do!
You're finished!
Let us take to the fray. Heal my weary
Look shot! Things
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
to be
Got it!
sealed.
I'll leave it to you!
How about this?
In a vine,
Yearns to be let free!
resonate with the
You
earth.
picked the wrong fight!
I'll run you
Celestra!
through!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa! Thunder
Breath of
Tucker!
Here I come!
Heal my weary companion.
Sonic thrust!
Oh, that
Take it!
does it!
How about this?
I can do this all day!
Catapult!
I can handle it. Denied.
Shine. Radiant light.
Now! Here I come! Is this it?
Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you
should've
stop
messed with
thanking,
me.
the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir.
Not your dreams!
No further.
Take this! I
This
can
should do
carve
it.
through. I'm just getting started.
Heal my weary
Take this!
companion.
I'm on it! Coming short!
I can't take much more.
Rending blast! You're finished! Sonic thrust!
Make it rain. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
I still got a ways to go!
What do you think this place was for?
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No. They appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Helganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegus. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedure somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
So what you're saying is that all of these are Danan, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given the chance to wake.
What is that thing?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Be careful! It's huge!
is with all the huge lumbering beasts lately.
No ordinary zoo. That much is damn sure.
Watch yourself. All bets are off when it comes to this thing.
Eat this!
Sonic Thrust!
Nothing gets by me! Eat this! Fair enough!
It's over! Air pressure!
Glacial punch! Hurricane strike! Beast assault!
Flame inside me! Yours!
Ultimate!
Free!
Here I come!
Its head is its weak point?
We'll need to bring it down somehow to hit it.
In that case, let's start with the one in the middle.
Not on my watch!
Now you see what I can do!
Hitting pile driver!
Talon Hurricane!
This hurts mine!
Try this!
I'll grind you as a drop! Eagle Assault!
Sonic Thrust!
Going in!
Blue Escape!
Take this!
Finish! Blue Escape!
Take this!
This one's all mine!
Hurricane
It's
Stick!
over!
Going in!
Rising Phoenix! Take this!
Shot! Radiant
Eat
Light!
dirt!
Blazing Meteor!
Pierce through!
I'm ready!
Here I come!
Turn up! I can carve through armor!
You're finished!
Hurricane this!
You're mine!
Storm!
Strike!
Here goes!
Try this!
I'm
Fluidity of your
Blazing
You're
Meteor!
finished!
Take this!
Here
Inferno
goes!
crossing!
This one's mine!
First strike!
Not on my watch!
You're mine!
Elusive Deity!
Hurricane strike!
Eagle Ray!
Here I come! Strike!
Roll now!
Huh?
Into everlasting
Going in.
shine!
Going in.
This one's all mine!
Generation!
Ignite! Sonic Thrust!
Lion Howl!
Here I come!
Talon Everlasting
Lunar Rongo!
Negative
Rising Phoenix! Sonic Thrust!
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Here, let me
Save you!
Blue Escape!
No further!
Huh?
Talon Hurricane!
Pierce through!
Benedict.
Sonic Thrust!
Let's keep up the pressure!
Lion Howl!
Igneous discharge!
Eagle Assault!
Time to
this.
shine!
No
Sonic
dawn
Thrust!
break this night!
I'm ready! Denied!
Primed and ready!
Hurricane
Take
strike!
this!
Hurricane beast assault!
This one's all mine! Not today!
Igneous discharge! Make it ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Breath of life! Heal my wounds!
My head's spinning just watching you!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! It's over! Take this!
Blizzard blow!
Try this!
Can you take it?
Blazing meteor!
Shine! Radiant
Roll now! Hurricane strike!
Demon Lash!
This
Blue
one's
Escape!
mine! Any
Shine
shot!
armor is all mine! Force of regeneration!
Hurricane strike!
Regenerate! Such unadulterated fury!
It's over!
Flaming meteor! Inferno power! This one's
Let's
mine!
tear him up! Elusive Deity!
Pierce through!
Hitting pile driver!
Hurricane strike!
Lunar Rongo!
Require
I'm not
in a
done!
bind!
Flaming meteor!
This one's
Inferno
all mine!
crossing!
Heal my weary companion!
Leave the charge to me!
You're kidding!
Here goes!
Lunar Rongo!
Being interrupted!
Beast assault!
Pierce through!
Where are you going? This one's mine!
Heal!
No
I can do
dawn
this
shall
all
break
day!
this
Flaming meteor! Inferno crossing!
Through armor!
You
Sonic
require
Thrust!
hand.
I'm gonna roll now!
Benediction light.
Take this! Lunar Rongo!
Talon Hurricane!
It's trying to take us out.
Life will go quiet! Sonic Thrust!
Thunder touch! Hurricane strike! Talon Hurricane! Blizzard blow!
Strike! Cure! Lunar Rongo!
Flaming meteor!
Crumble!
Benediction light.
Not now! Not ever!
Heal my weary companion!
Burn!
Going in!
Sonic Thrust!
Let me free you of your power!
I'm not done! Now!
Talon Hurricane!
Shine!
Sonic
Radiant
Thrust!
light!
Glimmer Dragon!
Force of regeneration!
Eagle Assault against my knee!
I'm ready!
Armor won't
Is
save
that
you!
a healing art?
Crescent
It is.
moon! This
I
one's
can't ignore your
mine.
pain. I'll try to be more careful.
Shine! Radiant light! Take this!
Don't mind if I do!
Such unadulterated fury. Whatever you're doing seems to work.
It's simple. Punch till I can't punch anymore.
I almost feel sorry for your opponent.
I'm done!
Imbue this vanquished soul with
Shield and
resuscitate their
I owe you!
Inferno punch! Breath of life!
The power of life!
Heal my
I got you! Talon Hurricane!
Rising Rising Phoenix!
I let my guard down.
You'll pay for that! Strike! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! It's over! Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Door!
No further! Sonic thrust!
Going in.
Ready?
Rondo!
Now you see what I can do!
Eat dirt!
I'm ready.
Going in.
That's bad.
Wits about you, people.
Mine.
Radiant light.
I didn't forget Not in your dreams.
Don't suffer in silence.
Lunar Rondo!
Can you take it? Elusive field. I don't feel so.
Is this it?
What is with all the huge lumbering beasts lately?
It's no ordinary Zoogle. That much is damn sure.
Watch yourselves. All bets are off when it comes to this thing. No escape! Lunar Rondo! You're mine! It's over! Lunar Rondo! Rising Phoenix! Lunar It's on! Burn in hell!
Hold on.
Its head is its weak point? We'll need to bring it down somehow to hit it.
In that case, let's start with the one in the middle.
Confiscating.
Prepare to be seized! Anything in armor is all mine!
Ready, flash!
Light.
Heal! Thanks! Pierce through! No further! Sonic thrust!
Armor won't save you!
You're mine! Lunar Rondo! Here I come! I'm not done! It's on! Lunar Rondo!
This one's mine.
Lunar Rondo! Ignite! Take this! Lunar Rondo! No
Leave
escape!
the charges to me.
Rising
Deny.
Phoenix!
Shine. Radiant light.
You're mine!
Force of regeneration.
Pierce through!
Regenerate.
You're finished! I owe you one. I'm in your debt, Dohari.
Then tonight's meal is on you.
You've got it. Now what do you think?
You require a
In a bind?
It's on!
Breath of life. Heal my wearied companions. Cure.
I owe you one. No escape! You picked the wrong fight! Lunar Rondo! Rising Phoenix! Take this!
I can carve through armor!
Sonic thrust! You're mine! Pierce through! No escape! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Lunar Rondo! Rising Phoenix! Pierce through! Not a chance! Lunar Rondo!
If it's in the sky, it's mine. I never miss. Confiscating.
The flame inside me yearns to be let
Benediction
free!
light.
Here I come! No escape!
pain.
Lunar Rondo!
Far enough.
Take this! Pierce through! Try this! Rending flash! Sonic thrust! Strike! Sonic thrust! Destruction! escape! Lunar Rondo!
Oh, now you're talking! Ready and raring!
Lunar Rondo!
Armor won't save
Take
you!
it! Lunar Rondo! This one's all mine! Here I come! Pierce through! Lewis!
Let the marksman handle this.
Lunar Rondo!
Where are you going? Confiscated!
I'm not done!
Take this! In a bind?
Strike! Lunar Rondo! Lunar Rondo! Rising Phoenix!
Shine! Radiant light!
Take
Force
this!
of regeneration! Regenerate!
Their arts were interrupted.
Thanks! Lunar Rondo!
Leave the charges to me.
Rising Phoenix! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! It's on! Ignite! Here I come!
Far enough.
Here I come! Pierce through! No escape! Try this!
Shattering of pieces! Attack time! I can carve through armor!
Don't suffer in silence.
You must be tired of healing me.
I'm merely doing what I can to help.
Glad you're on our side, Doreen. It's over!
They're not playing around!
Lunar Rondo!
I'm ready!
Rising Phoenix!
Radiant light!
This one's mine!
You're mine! No escape! You're finished!
Regenerate! Allow take this!
Is that a healing art?
It is.
It's on!
I can't ignore your pain.
Strike!
I'll try to be more careful.
Here I come! Lunar Rondo! Rising Phoenix! Here I come! Sonic Thrust!
Nothing gets by me. Far enough.
Lunar Rondo!
Shattering of pieces! Attack time! I'll smash you!
Sonic Thrust! Take this!
about to strike!
Sonic Thrust! Look sharp, everyone! Rending Blast! I'm not done! Sonic Thrust! Lunar Rondo! Take this! You're finished!
Shine! Radiant light!
Don't leave me!
Regenerate! Let us take to the fray!
Take this! Strike!
Shine! Radiant light!
Lunar Rondo!
Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Thanks! Lunar Rondo!
Nothing gets by me.
Here's a healing art! First, where are you going? Don't mind if I do!
Far enough.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Shine!
Take
Radiant
this!
no further!
I'm going to need to
Lunar
use
Rondo!
all the power of my
Rising
healing
Phoenix!
art to accomplish this.
No escape! Pierce
Resurrection!
through! Sonic Thrust! Pierce!
Armor won't save you!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Rending Blast! Sonic Thrust! Lunar Rondo!
Watch
Lunar
yourself!
Rondo!
I sense incredible power!
You're mine! Lunar Rondo! I'm not done! It's on! Burn!
Breath of life!
Leave the charges to me.
Companion!
Strike! Lunar Rondo! You're finished! Lunar!
Take this! Can't get out of this!
Far enough.
Now you see what I can do!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! I never miss!
You're mine! I'm not done! Rising Phoenix! Here I come! You're mine!
That move!
Lunar Rondo! Here comes the big one! It's over! Lunar Rondo! Here I come! I'm not done!
I think I'm coming down open grave.
Kim!
The chronic inability to read the room?
A malady your art cannot fix.
Lunarungo!
Heal my weary
Rising
companion.
Phoenix!
Cure!
Okay. That did it!
Take this!
Lunarungo!
Watch yourself! Incredible
This one's all
power.
mine. Eat dirt!
This one is almost in the bag.
We're not done yet. Just falling back.
Then it's time for you to do what you do best.
Here I come! I'm not done! Lunarungo! Rising Phoenix! Here I come!
Force of regeneration!
Here
Regenerate!
goes! Not on my watch!
Now I can let loose! Lunarungo! Rising Phoenix! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Lunarungo! You're mine! It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Ready and ready!
Lunarungo!
I can handle it. Far enough.
Now you see what I can do!
Burn in hell!
Benediction light.
You're mine!
Here's a healing
I
arc!
could do without it. No. Can't end it.
Don't give up! Here's a healing arc! First aid!
Lunarungo! No escape! You're finished! Lunarungo!
Help!
Take this!
Rising Phoenix! Take this! I'm not done! Lunarungo! Rising Phoenix! Ha! Lunarungo! Ha! Strike!
Let them mark!
Lunarungo!
Arc shield! Don't mind if I do!
Denied! Now you see what I can do!
This one's all mine!
Breath of life. Heal my weary companion.
Rising Phoenix! Ha! You're mine! Sonic Thrust! Try this! Rending Flash! Ha! Sonic Thrust! Try this! Rending Flash! Sonic Thrust! You're finished!
Pain.
They're not playing around!
Lunarungo! Rising Phoenix!
Benediction
Pierce through!
light.
Sonic Thrust!
Take this!
No escape! Lunarungo! Rising Phoenix!
Ready!
It's over! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
The hell was that thing?
Probably something that was made here and somehow managed to survive, even after all this time. Not that there's any way of knowing now.
What's wrong?
Oh, I just suddenly found myself contemplating what might have happened to the sovereigns that were meant to emerge from the crowned contests.
What do you mean?
You see, the winners of the past crown contests were all strong astral arts practitioners. Furthermore, that enemy we just fought appeared to be composed of several human bodies. It was certainly nothing one would find in nature.
You're saying those were the remains of the winners? That they forgot who they once were?
I'm merely saying it's a possibility.
That's absolutely gruesome. How long had the Helganquil been at this?
It was Rena's great spirit that made them do all of this. Anything to get its astral energy.
We're not gonna jump down, right?
I certainly hope not.
After hearing Dohalim's suggestion, I'm honestly not sure what to say.
I assure you all, I was merely stating the possibility.
back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are, at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
This is the flip side of that pathway we were walking on just a little while ago.
This is crazy. Who knew such amazing technology existed?
Everything stops! Turvy, and that's all you can think about?
Bear in mind, the core of Rena now sits above them.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Let loose. Another incantation ruined.
I can carve through them.
A wall to shield
I'll hold on to your art. Here I come.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Where are you going? Don't mind if I do.
Shine, radiant light. Now or never.
Take the eagle. Here and now.
Flaming meteor.
You're mine.
Take this!
Super swallow dance!
It's over!
Hurricane
Eruption!
Let's keep up the pressure!
Now I'm in the groove!
Flaming meteor! Inferno crossing! Super!
Behold! The earth! Tectonic vision!
Dragon shout!
Now you see what I can do!
Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone!
Burn! Blizzard blow!
Sonic thrust!
Flaming meteor!
Sonic thrust! Here I come!
Dragon shout!
Bloody nothing gets by me! Now! Awaken and
Blast!
Far enough!
You're
Blow away! This one's
Sonic
mine!
thrust! Pierce through!
Freeze circle!
I'll run you
Cracked
through!
and ready! Burn!
Now I'm in the groove!
Where are you going?
Burn!
Don't mind if I do.
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kitara.
You're mine!
Shield and burn! Take this!
You picked the wrong fight! Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Now awaken and
Pierce through!
take this!
You're
I can
finished!
carve through wonderful
Pierce
that!
through! Sonic thrust!
Tiger blade!
See what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Benediction light.
Here I come! I owe you one!
Do it!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
What are those? They look like Shion's thorns, and with flowers too.
Not real ones, though. They're just like that flower growing out of Rena.
We must be getting close to the Great Spirit now.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that thing you said about how a little bit of Dana's great spirit is inside all of us?
Right. That's why Dana's great spirit is so much more diluted. Weak, even. Whether it was a choice so it didn't overpower others, or just the way it is anyone's guess.
If that's true, then wouldn't it mean Dana's will could never form under natural conditions?
Sounds like that's proper.
So if Dana exists within all of us, that unity could potentially act as Dana's will.
You mean if everybody was, like, thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time?
I know it's a long shot, but it might work.
Let's assume that's even possible for a second. Would it even be enough to fight back against Rena's great spirit?
If nothing else, it might be an option if we can't use the Rena's.
Things are different here than on the surface.
That shows how deeply we've ventured into Rena.
And how close we've come to the real enemy.
Gotta break through! Take this! Strike!
It can hide itself from me?
Radiant light! No further!
This one's mine!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Breath of life! Key to my weary companion!
Not on my watch!
Eat this!
You picked the wrong fight!
I can carve through armor!
On guard!
Pierce through!
Beast assault!
Try this!
Blow away!
Keep up the pressure!
No, I won't give in!
Regeneration!
I'll tear you apart!
Okay.
Crescent moon! Super sword!
They smite with
You're
blood
mine!
blade!
Crescent moon!
You're mine! No escape!
Talon hurricane!
Pierce through! Splendid kill!
Piercing roar!
What's this? I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
Let me
Talon hurricane!
Inferno punch!
Here goes! On guard!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to start.
Crescent Tide shield!
I'm on it!
Tiger Blade! Hurricane!
What
Crescent moon!
the hell is going on?
See what happens.
We'll take point here.
Shouldn't have done that! I can carve through armor!
Not in your dreams! All healed!
I'm on it! I'll tear you apart! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! What's
Let me
this?
free you of your power. Benediction. Can't get out of this! Is this it? I couldn't make it in time. I must remember my limits.
Talon hurricane! Inferno shield! We're on a roll now! Inferno crossing!
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Going in! Inferno crossing!
You're ready! Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
So that didn't go as planned.
We must consider well if this is the right path.
You wanna play? Come at me! Far enough!
I'm ready!
No matter what, nothing gets past my shield.
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
You'll soon see about that!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Eat this!
Lightning Russia! Rending Flash! Take it!
This one's mine!
I'll smash you!
Sonic Thrust! You picked the wrong fight!
You shouldn't have messed with me! Here's I'm ready!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life! And done!
Let's keep up the pace! How about this? Blazing
Can't
Meteor!
get out of this!
Sonic
Inferno Crossing!
Where are you going?
Look sharp!
Not in your dreams!
Take this!
Watch this! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon kill!
Blue escape!
My focus!
An outstanding
Whirlwind
You're mine!
Radiant light!
Blue escape!
Regeneration!
Try this!
How freaking does it? There you Another incantation ruined. Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolition!
Come on, heal my
Strike!
Hurricane!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Burn it out! Pierce through! Try this!
Here we go again!
Sonic Thrust!
My head's spinning just
See what I can
watching you!
do!
Far enough!
No further!
Strike!
Dragon kill!
Aw, too shy to come over!
I'll face you!
Here, let me help!
Sonic Thrust!
Elusive deity!
Sonic Thrust!
Here goes!
Breath of life! Heal my wearied companion!
No chance!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Eat this!
Hurricane!
No! It can't end here!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
This one's mine!
Here goes!
Don't mind if I do!
I felt fine not too long ago.
What's this?
Imbue this vanquished soul with lust!
So now you're getting serious? Tiger
Not
Blade!
done yet!
Spirits within the soul.
Inferno Crossing! Going in!
Sonic Thrust!
I'll run you through!
Take this!
Leave the cross to me! Denied!
Now you see what I can do! Take this!
You're
Should have messed with me!
Not my finest! Stay away from my friends! No escape! Pierce through!
This one's mine!
Take this! No! Can't end here!
Hurricane Strike!
Demon Lance!
Blizzard
Eagle
Blow!
Ray!
Flaming Meteor!
Tear you apart!
handle this!
You'll find no
Not done
mercy!
yet.
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc!
No escape!
Hurricane Splash! I let my guard down.
I couldn't make it in time.
What's this? This one's mine! Solid sword! Going in! All healed! How about this?
Lay inside me!
How do you like being pounded into shape?
You picked the wrong fight! Pierce through!
Solid
Sonic
hurricane!
Thrust!
Glimmer Dragon!
Pierce through!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Take this!
I healed myself. Can't get out of this! Now take this! I'll smash you! The Tempest engulfs you! Reflect on thy soul! They smite with blackened blade!
Crescent Moon! Talon Hurricane!
Not done yet!
Eagle Dawn! Look sharp!
No! Can't end here!
Far enough!
Burn! Tempest!
Time to shine!
Never miss!
Burn you in the dust! Eat this!
Hurricane! Glimmer
In a
Dragon!
vine, all good things.
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Dragon Shout!
Take this!
I'm ready!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action. Not a chance. Pierce through.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Ground and pound!
Now you see what I can all finish you here and now!
My turn.
This one's mine!
Take this. Try this.
Watch this!
Blending flash. Pierce through.
Take this!
Do it. It's over.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
Hey, that looks pretty good.
We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
No choice!
Get behind me!
I'm in trouble! Call a doctor!
If there was one, we would have called
Careful,
it.
everyone! This one isn't normal!
Already sealed!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let him march me in!
All yours!
Resonate with the earth!
Here I come! I'm not done! Take this! I'm not done!
I think we can get through
Are they
this.
calling
Don't let up
reinforcements?
until it's
Send
over!
them out.
Brendan,
Who said anything about letting off?
you're mine!
Far enough!
Smash you!
That'll bring you down!
I'm on it! Time! Take this!
Inferno crossing!
Tectonic bomb! You of your power!
Sonic thrust!
Hurricane
Okay,
blast!
here I go!
Going in.
Eat this!
Burn!
Shouldn't have messed with me!
How about this?
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Shine!
I'm not done!
Hurricane blast!
Regenerate! Now I'm in the
Going
groove!
in!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here I come!
Elusive
I'm not done!
This one's
I'll
mine!
make you take this!
Pierce through! You're finished!
I'll finish you
If
here
it's in
and
the
now!
sky, it's
Engulf
mine.
you.
Through escape! Pierce through! Try this!
Meteor!
Elusive
This
deity!
one's mine!
Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through!
Where are you going?
Sonic thrust!
Negative gate!
Here goes!
Rending you apart!
Denied!
You're finished!
I'm ready!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah. Nice technique.
Yours to be let free!
Rending you apart!
You're mine!
Bloody
Overload!
Save! I'm just
Blue
getting
escape!
Look up!
Lunar Rondo!
You're done! Rip and tear!
That'll bring you down! Confiscated!
It's over!
I'm just getting
In a
started.
bind! More?
Inferno crossing! Do it! More!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Now! You're mine!
Inferno
I'm not
Punch!
done! Lunar Rondo! More?
Prime and red!
Take this!
Make it red!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off! You're finished!
Bloody
Lunar Rondo! Burn! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Make it rain!
Jill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! More?
Heal my hand!
I'm not done!
This one's mine!
Through! Sonic thrust! Blue escape! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Reflect on
Not a chance!
I'm
not done! Lunar Rondo!
Attack time!
It's on!
Eat
It's
this!
over!
Meteor!
You picked the wrong fight!
Inferno crossing!
Lunar Rondo!
Tear you apart!
I'm on a roll
Blue
now!
escape!
Tiger Blade!
Rising Falcon!
Talon Hurricane!
Here I come!
Can't get out of
I'm
this!
not done!
Eagle Fly!
You're finished!
Crumble!
Make it red!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
The Zeugles here are putting up a real fight.
That just goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn why they're here. We'll burn it all to the ground.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah, it's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
There was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear? What just happened?
Are you all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants. How it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Xion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.